Good morning, my dear student. On the behalf of KTChem College, Nasik and Department of Chemistry of this college, I am Dr. S.R. Labde. Welcomes you to the lecture on hydrodynamic voltammetry. Student, in previous lectures we discussed polarography and its application in analytical field. Now we discuss what is hydrodynamic voltammetry, how does it carried out, and its application in analytical chemistry. Student, we know that voltammetry that comprises a group of electroanalytical technique, in which current, voltage, time, a relationship is used for identification and estimation of sample. Voltammetry, that is a group of electroanalytical chemistry in which current voltage time relationship during the electrolysis is utilized for identification and estimation of sample. We know that in voltammetry, analyte solution is made a part of electrolysis cell or electrochemical cell. Therefore, analyte solution is taken in a electrolysis cell and it is electrolyzed by using suitable working electrode, and counter electrode. During electrolysis, counter electrode. During electrolysis, a current voltage time relationship is obtained for identification and estimation of sample. When analyte undergo oxidation or reduction at working electrode, that potential is the identity of the substance. That means a potential at which analyte solution undergo oxidation or reduction, that potential identifies the analyte species present in the solution. And during oxidation or reduction, the magnitude of current, that may be anodic current due to oxidation or cathodic current due to reduction, magnitude of current produced is directly proportional to the concentration of analyte species. Therefore, voltammetry that comprises a group of electroanalytical technique in which current voltage time relationship during the electrolysis of sample is utilized for identification and estimation of analyte solution. In a voltammetric method of analysis, analyte solution is made a part of electrolysis cell containing suitable working electrode and counter electrode. With DC potential, analyte solution is electrolyzed. When potential reaches to reduction potential or oxidation potential of analyte, analyte undergo reduction or oxidation. That potential identifies the analyte species present in the solution. During oxidation or reduction, the magnitude of current, that is either anodic current or cathodic current, that directly proportional to the concentration of analyte that undergo oxidation or reduction at working electrode. This is the basic principle of all voltammetric methods of analysis. Therefore, on the basis of current voltage time relationship, that means on the basis of potential scan program, all voltammetric potential scan or potential sweep program, all voltammetric techniques are classified into different categories. Here, first category, that is called as a linear potential scan voltammetry. First one is linear potential scan voltammetry. Linear potential scan voltammetry are those voltammetric methods of analysis in which potential of working electrode is scanned either to positive direction or negative direction in order to carry out either oxidation or reduction of analyte on working electrode. Therefore, in linear scan voltammetry comprises all those voltammetric technique in which the potential of working electrode is linearly increased to positive direction or negative direction in order to carry out oxidation or reduction of analyte on to the working electrode. Therefore, here it is called as linear potential scan. Linear potential scan means potential is linearly increased either to positive direction or to negative direction in order to force the oxidation or reduction reaction onto the working electrode. Therefore, linear potential scan voltammetry are classified into two types. First type is a polarography. We know that what is polarography. Polarography is a linear voltammetric method of qualitative and quantitative analysis performed in a quiescent analyte solution using DME working electrode. And here in polarography, analyte species are transported to the working electrode, dropping mercury electrode by a diffusion phenomenon. The rate of this reduction reaction is controlled by the diffusion process, and therefore diffusion current is measured in polarography for quantitative analysis. Second type of voltammetry, linear scan voltammetry, that is called as hydrodynamic voltammetry. Second is hydrodynamic voltammetry. Hydrodynamic voltammetry performed in a analyte solution which is continuously in motion. Performed in a which is continuously in motion, using suitable stationary working electrode. Stationary means it is a stable, having fixed surface area. Therefore, stationary working electrode. Here in hydrodynamic voltammetry, analyte solution is continuously in motion. Therefore, there is no creation of concentration gradient. Therefore, analyte species are transported to the electrode surface by convection phenomenon, and rate of reaction found to be more than the rate of reaction that will be observed by diffusion phenomenon. Therefore, here hydrodynamic voltammetry is more sensitive than polarographic technique. Now we discuss why there is need of hydrodynamic voltammetry. Need of hydrodynamic voltammetry. Student, we know that polarography, that is a linear potential scan voltammetry performed in a Poisson analyte solution by using a dropping mercury electrode. Therefore, in case of polarography, we can hear drawbacks of polarography, and therefore we can discuss why there is need of this hydrodynamic voltammetry. Polarography, it is performed by using a dropping mercury electrode. As size of mercury drop is continuously changing, we have a oscillating current voltage program. Oscillating current voltage curve, that is a polarograph. Therefore, here in case of polarography, we know that a polarograph is in this fashion: I in microampere versus EMF in volt, and graph is like this. But in this case, we have oscillating current voltage curve. This is called as current voltage curve. Oscillating means here polarograph is in this fashion. Therefore, it is difficult to determine the limiting current from this oscillating polarograph. And this is one of the most important drawback of polarographic analysis. Therefore, here a oscillating polarograph is obtained, which is not suitable for calculation of, for determination of exact limiting current. Actually, polarographic analysis, we are measuring diffusion current, but diffusion current is measured after measurement of the limiting current, and therefore limiting current cannot be measured accurately when we have oscillating current voltage, a current voltage curve. Therefore, here this is one of the most important drawback of this. This oscillation is because of the change in size of mercury electrode. As size of mercury electrode increases, the rate of reaction increases. As size decreases, rate of reaction decreases. When there is a formation of mercury drop will be formed from the tip of the capillary. As it is generated, its size is increasing. As it is reaches to maximum, the rate of reaction is maximum. Therefore, rate of reaction is not only controlled by diffusion process, but it is controlled by the size of mercury drop, and therefore we have oscillating current voltage program, oscillating current voltage polarograph, and that is difficult for calculation of exact limiting current. Second drawback is that in case of polarography, diffusion process controls the rate of reaction. But when a mercury drop which is generated on the tip of the capillary and when it is given in the solution, here as that drop falls in the solution, here the diffusion process is get disturbed in the vicinity of this electrode. Therefore, here sometimes convection may take place because of falling of mercury drop from the tip of the capillary in the body of solution, and therefore diffusion process that get changed or that get disturbed when mercury drop falls in the analyte solution. Therefore, here diffusion process is disturbed when mercury drop falls in the solution. That means as it reaches to maximum size, it is given in the solution, and then there is disturbance in the concentration gradient that affects the diffusion process. Therefore, here diffusion current is get changed because of the convection phenomenon that may be occurs due to the falling of mercury drop. This is another drawback. Next, in polarography, we have a limited range of potential. In polarography, analysis is carried out only within this potential range, plus 0.4 volt to minus 1.8 volt versus saturated galvanic electrode. This limited potential range to which we can use a dropping mercury as a working electrode, that limits us to determine the analyte. That means analytes only those are auxiliary orbitals within this potential range, only those are determined by the polarography. But here, due to these different drawbacks, there is need of a hydrodynamic voltammetry. Now, hydrodynamic voltammetry is superior over polarography. Hydrodynamic voltammetry, it is a name given to that polarography technique in which analyte solution is continuously in motion, which is kept in contact with this stationary working electrode. Therefore, in hydrodynamic voltammetry, analyte solution is in motion, and therefore it nullifies the convection effect. No diffusion due to no concentration gradient. That means here analyte solution is continuously in motion, therefore there is no creation of concentration gradient and there is no diffusion phenomenon. Analyte are transported to the electrode surface. By convection phenomenon. Convection is mechanical stirring. Convection phenomenon. Therefore, mechanically, analyte species are transported to the electrode surface, and therefore, definitely, the rate of reaction is faster. So, rate of reaction is faster and it makes method more sensitive. That means here a smallest amount of analyte that can be measured, very those are transported to the electrode surface. In case of polarography, convection phenomenon, concentration gradient phenomenon is utilized for transportation of electroactive species to electrode surface. But in this case, convection phenomena transports. Therefore, whatever the few number of ions, even though present in the end of the solution, those are being transported to the electrode surface as solution is continuously in motion. Due to this, hydrodynamic voltammetry becomes more sensitive. Next parameter is that in hydrodynamic voltammetry, stationary electrode with fixed surface area are used. Therefore, here electrode area, working electrode have fixed area. Therefore, here there is no change in rate of reaction, and therefore here we does not have polarigram in a zigzag manner or in a oscillating manner. Therefore, we have linear curve on the polarigram because surface area is fixed, rate of reaction is fixed, and therefore here we can eliminate the error because of the oscillation process in a current voltage curve. This is the main advantage of this voltammetry. Next thing is that in hydrodynamic voltammetry there is no limit of potential range. That means here in polarography plus 0.4 volt to minus 1.8 volt within this potential range, total analysis is performed. But in case of hydrodynamic voltammetry, this limit disappears. Therefore, we have wide applications of hydrodynamic voltammetry in a quantitative analysis of different types of sample that may be oxidized or that may be reduced at working electrode. Therefore, overall with this discussion, we conclude that the hydrodynamic voltammetry is more sensitive and superior than polarography. Therefore, hydrodynamic voltammetry is superior than polarography. Therefore, here this makes there is a requirement or need of a voltammetric method, that is need of a hydrodynamic voltammetry. So now we discuss how hydrodynamic voltammetry is performed and how does it carried out. Therefore, here a hydrodynamic student, now we discuss how hydrodynamic voltammetry is performed and how does it is useful for qualitative and quantitative analysis. Therefore, a hydrodynamic voltammetry. We know that hydrodynamic voltammetry, it is a derivative technique of polarography. In a polarography, dropping mercury electrode is used as a working electrode, which is not a stable electrode, and therefore polarographic analysis is carried out in a quiescent analyte solution, in which diffusion process carries the analyte species to the electrode surface, and we can determine the diffusion current for quantitative analysis of sample. Student, in hydrodynamic voltammetry, little bit a advantage or little bit a sensitivity that can be added by stirring the solution. Now, both technique, hydrodynamic voltammetry as well as polarography technique of analysis, both technique measures the limiting current. And measurement of limiting current is possible by diffusion phenomenon as well as by convection phenomenon. Therefore, sensitivity in hydrodynamic voltammetry that can be more. Therefore, here hydrodynamic voltammetry in which analyte solution is continuously in motion, in contact with working electrode. Analyte solution is continuously in motion. Hydrodynamic voltammetry. In hydrodynamic voltammetry, analyte solution is made a part of stationary working electrode, and other stationary counter electrode. The analyte solution is stirred by using magnetic stirring bar or sometimes by rotating the electrode. The analyte solution is stirred by using magnetic stirring bar or by rotating the electrode, working electrode. Therefore, here stirring is carried out by rotating the electrode, and here convection phenomenon transfers the ion to the electrode surface. The analyte solution is electrolyzed and limiting current is measured for quantitative analysis. Similar to polarography, the potential at which analyte undergo oxidation or reduction, in this case, that identifies the analyte species present in the solution. And the potential at which analyte is oxidized or reduce is utilized for identification purpose. That means both qualitative as well as quantitative analysis is done in a hydrodynamic voltammetry. It is just similar to polarography technique. In this case, limiting current is measured. In polarography, a limiting current is measured and then diffusion current is measured. Here, the potential at which analyte undergo oxidation or reduction that identify the analyte species present in the solution. And similarly, in that case, the reduction potential identify the analyte species present in the solution. Now we discuss ways by which we can perform this hydrodynamic voltammetry. There are different ways to perform the hydrodynamic voltammetry. Hydrodynamic voltammetry may perform by stirring the analyte solution which is kept in contact with working electrode. Therefore, one way or first way to perform the hydrodynamic voltammetry is the stirring analyte solution by a magnetic stirrer or by rotating the electrode which is kept in contact with the working electrode. Second thing is that it may be performed by stirring the analyte solution through rotating the working electrode. Therefore, electrode act as a stirrer as well as working electrode. Therefore, here this is the second way to perform the hydrodynamic voltammetry. Third case is that it may be performed through the analyte solution flowing through the tube in which working electrode is mounted. That means here this is a tube, and in this tube a micro electrode is placed or counter electrode is placed, and here analyte solution is flowing through the tube, and this is the third type of hydrodynamic voltammetry. It is mostly useful for this third type of hydrodynamic voltammetry is useful for detecting oxidizable or reducible analyte species coming from the HPLC column, HPLC column, that is a liquid chromatography. Therefore, it can be act as a detector for liquid chromatography, in which we can measure the concentration of oxidizable and reducible analyte. Student, with this we stop here. In next lecture we discuss working electrode in hydrodynamic voltammetry and working of hydrodynamic voltammetry. Thanks for joining me. Wish you all the best. Keep learning. Happy learning.